Hello, everyone. First of all, the whole drama, Kenneth Okonkwo drama, is still ongoing. It's as if it's just starting all of a sudden now. There is so much that is going on. We first of all saw reports where it was said that Mr. Peter Obi's lawyers are serving Kenneth Okonkwo, where they're saying to him, hey, these are the things that weighty allegations that he had made, and he needed to retract them, apologize, and then there was a 5 billion naira, fine or payment attached to all of that. Well, what we have right now is that Okonkwo releases WhatsApp chat evidence to back that bribery claim that because he said a lot of things against Mr. Peter Obi, and you're wondering to what extent really. Hey, people have it's just something that I don't even know where to start all of this from. But let me just look at what the Daily Post is putting out here. It says a chieftain of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, Kenneth Okonkwo, has made public alleged evidence to had made public alleged evidence to back up his allegations of bribery involving the presidential candidate of the Nigerian Democratic Congress, NDC, Mr. Peter Obi. Daily Post reports that the actor turned politician on Monday alleged that Obi and other NDC leaders in the Southeast collected 10 million naira and 20 million naira from House of Representatives and senatorial aspirants, respectively. According to Okonkwo, one of the aspirants, Obunike Ohegbu, disclosed the alleged bribe to him with a receipt. The allegation has, however, attracted lawsuit from Obi's legal team, and this Daily Post put it with a red line under that particular message, that particular sentence. Buttressing his claim, Okonkwo, in a post on X on Wednesday morning, released alleged WhatsApp chats between him and Obunike, where the latter allegedly revealed how Obi was involved in the alleged NDC charade primary elections. Obunike Ohegbu, when I questioned him to prove that Peter Obi was responsible for demanding the 10 million from him. I mean, it's one thing. That's such, how would Peter Obi say, and that's even something that even if you hear it, there are certain things that you hear people say, and you're able to tell the person, no. I know this person will not, this is not in this person's character. You can hold a lot of things, against Peter Obi as much as you want to, but him demanding 10 million or whatever million from people to pay that Peter Obi, that demanded that is something that even you, when you're saying it, that that is not something that is factual. Obunike Ohegbu, when I questioned him, according to Kenneth Okonkwo, to prove that Peter Obi was responsible for demanding the 10 million naira from him and other House of Representative aspirants and 20 million naira from Senate aspirants, he made it clear that when he confronted the party on who authorized the payment, the party named Peter Obi and the caucus leaders who were assembled by Peter Obi, Okonkwo posted. And then there were a lot of, let me go directly. If you look at Mr. If you look at some of the WhatsApp messages that are here, you put, I think this one is coming from Obunike Ohegbu. That's what he put. He put a receipt of 10 million naira. Let me go and see. Oh, okay, it's not very clear for me to see who that payment was done to. And then somebody responded, I think this is shameful. He said, read how the party blamed H.E. Peter Obi for the charade called primaries. Yes, the party had released something, a statement out, and they put, Peter Obi's name. You need to look at whatever it is. That's that. So that's what he's saying now. And then in his conversation with him, this Obunike said, this is where I think Kenneth Okonkwo has said, please send the message so I can use it for interview tomorrow. I intend to use your name and message as evidence to prove that PO is responsible for this fraud. He put it as the message. I believe that PO will find a way to start refunding you people your money after the interview. Then I intend to use, then the person put the name, say, I am Obunike Ohegbu, aspirant for Nnewi North, Nnewi South, Ekusigbo Federal Constituency, and I'm saying that I was scammed and the party blames PO. We send you message when I get home. So this was the person, then repeating it. So he now sent in that so these are the messages. Okay, I get what I was saying. I thought it was a Twitter handle. So these are the messages from the person's, private WhatsApp messaging. So he now sent in a message that had been put out by the party in the way that they put it, that in the southeast geopolitical zone and all of that. But one of the things that I see here that I don't think the person is looking at, this whole thing wasn't just southeast. There were some statements even that what's his name, Sirake Dixon had made, in terms of that, there were certain donations that they wanted the party to have. And he was thanking people. I think I heard that during, what was it now? There was something that was done. No, I think that was during the aspirant meeting. So they said that there were certain donations that people, voluntary donations, people made or had made to the party and stuff like that. But anyway, this is what he said. But let me just also go to Kenneth Okonkwo's handle. So these are the WhatsApp messages that are said to have been, brought. Oh my goodness. So okay, this is another. Well, okay, the WhatsApp. Let me go look for WhatsApp message that has come out. Yeah, this is what he had to say. He said, "It has been brought to my notice that there's a letter circulating online from the hypocrite Peter Obi." This is Kenneth Okonkwo speaking, "and his lawyers that I should pay him 5 billion naira. Ha ha ha." He said, "If Peter Obi is looking for money to campaign, he should privately ask me for assistance." He should privately ask me for assistance, not come from extortion, and I will help him. I did so when I was his spokesperson, paying for my flight tickets and booking for my hotel accommodation to some of our campaigns. I have not read the letter, he said. Let me sound this note of warning. The lawyers must take responsibility for any information I may have to divulge, which I acquired as a spokesperson, but which by my conscience I have not shared with anyone. My principle is that I do not use any confidential information I share with anyone against the person, except the person who becomes unintelligent enough to toe the line of foolishness. Anyone who decides to sue his former spokesperson for defamation is indeed very unwise. I will reply to the letter whenever I have the time to read it later in the day, according to Kenneth Okonkwo. He said, please send it here if you have it. It will be a shame to Peter Obi and his lawyers if they do not take this case to court. I don't have time or patience for scammers. According to Obunike Ohaigbo, I am Obunike Ohaigbo, aspirant for Nnewi North, Nnewi South, Ekusigbo Federal, and I'm saying that I was scammed and the party blames PO. So this is what, so we'll see how this plays out. I saw some people who said, oh, you should not be talking about this, you should be talking about strategies. First of all, I can't come and be talking about strategies online. If I talk about strategies online, they are no longer strategies now. But of course, definitely I can talk about the things that you and I can do to make sure that the presidential ticket of Mr. Peter Obi and alleged Rabi Musa Congo, so they are protected, they are safeguarded, and they are delivered and sworn into office. So that's some of the, but in the meantime, these are some of the things that we'll talk about them. Let's have them out there. Let's put these things in the open while we continue to work the work we are doing behind the scenes as we go into the campaigns. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.